Getting to be bionically strong is pretty fun.
We're about to break down the visual effects in Thunder Force. I see it as an accidental superhero film. They go on to fight crime within the city of supervillains.
I love that world where it's not everyone in the world isn't super.
Like Obama vacuuming or Eleanor Roosevelt flossing.
Octavia and Melissa are just having a quiet little breakfast at the local cafe, and out of nowhere Laser comes in and she's causing destruction. A lot of people are on wires.
1, go!
We had a lot of actuators pulling furniture and flipping chairs. We had cannons out the front that was blowing glass out. We have to match move all the people and the objects in the world so all our digital glass interacts with them. We don't have the glass in the scene, we remove that. So then what we add as visual effects is we put the glass back in and then we digitally shatter it and fly glass throughout the scene. We add lasers, the energy and the gaseous kind of nature of her blast. And there's some great kind of movement when the air cannons go off. You get this percussion wave of wind blowing and all the sheet ceiling pieces are lifting up. This scene was the first introduction to Laser, and at this point we knew that she existed, but we really didn't understand her superpowers, and we always knew that it needed to be energy based. So the idea that she could somehow conjure energy, we sort of played on that idea of almost this sort of black hole, dark matter type approach. So how do you make this energy ball then turn into essentially this extension of herself that she could grab onto something, and in this case she grabs onto Frank and lifts him up.
If you were a narcissistic megalomaniac, where would you hide a bomb?
My guess is a place of power. Her office, maybe.
Well, well, well. Evening, ladies. I'm assuming you're both here. I gotta tell you, I'm super bummed you're not dead.
Octavia and Melissa, they end up on the mayor's office, and of course they're confronted with all the villains in all their glory.
If I punch someone, like, it's not gonna just hurt them, they're gonna go across the room.
I'm throwing styrofoam. It's not very heavy at all.
What's the matter? Can't get your tongue? Enjoy the ride.
There was a stunt person that was shot flying back through the table. When it was shot in camera, it was just a little flatter than we needed. So we essentially used the action of her being thrown as the starting point to take over completely digitally and do a digital double. Once she hits the table, then everything that's on the table, we have the paper, the lamps, the staplers, everything there is digitally animated and flies off through to the Venetian blinds on the back wall are digital as well. Laser's doing battle with Octavia, who's using her invisibility to hide from her. You want to see Octavia, you want to see her performance, but you need the audience to understand that she's not visible to anyone else.
Em, say something, you're freaking me out. You gotta say something, Emily, I can't. All right, where are you?
We came up with the idea that she would essentially distort the background, refract it in a way, and we just added some interesting effects with this kind of oil slick translucency to her. And we would just shoot Octavia's plate, then take the clean plate, and we would remove her from the plate, and then we would add her back in the subtle way to make her invisible. When Octavia touches her, the energy flows from Laser into her, essentially revealing her back to an opaque character.
Diddy!
Stuff. Oh my God.
For the big headbutt, it was made up out of a couple of different shots, and there's a little transition in between the wipe where we had the stunt person transitioning into a digital person. We had the pre-bent I-beam in place. So when the stunt person gets kicked and we pan, you're panning onto a bent I-beam, and we digitally replace it, we straighten it up, and then at a certain point we add in a digital version of Melissa, and she actually hits the digital beam and bends it into the place that we set in camera. she's about to pick up the I-beam and, do a big baseball shot with it. So what she was holding on to was physical, but then it stopped maybe about a foot past her, and then we digitally extend and make the rest of the I-beam. I need to pay attention to where would the end of this I-beam fall. So if she's putting in an area that that's angled too low, it would be sitting through the table and chairs there. So we just need to hold it up a little bit more. Even though she's got superhuman strength, there still needs to be a reality to, her swinging like a foam proxy of an I-beam.
First right. I'm glad it's on camera. Bye.
And if you want to find out what happens next, you're going to have to watch the movie. Check out Thunder Force, now streaming only on Netflix.